Hello, everybody, and we are coming live today. And today we are coming with Vismaya Rubin. And remember, we are in Thanksgiving week. Whoever is watching this in the real time, and we want to express so much thanks, right? Because the idea is that it's not only when the Thanksgiving is here, we want to express the thank you for everything what we have, but the attitude of gratitude, and that's exactly the topic that we have for today. What is attitude of gratitude and how important it is? And just wanted to quickly introduce ourselves. I'm Irina Portnova, and this is the new podcast that I just launched. It just came to me as an inspiration. It's called You Are the Masterpiece. And Vismaya Rubin is my first guest. Vismaya, tell a little bit about yourself and what you're doing in this world.
So I'm Vismaya Rubin. I'm the founder of Living in Gratitude Today, and I'm the #1 gratitude gangsta. What?
Woo! I know the spiel now.
You do, but you didn't say what.
What?
So I have a line of inspirational shirts, and my mission is to transform the world one shirt at a time. I went from high school teacher who had my students keeping gratitude charts on to this entrepreneurial journal, which I love. And, it's interesting because I'm very excited about this conversation. I normally do not use the term attitude of gratitude. It's one that I'm like, every time I hear it, it's like nails on a chalkboard. However, I had a very interesting conversation with somebody today, which we will get to later. So I'll share after.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. What a great start. So again, we are in the Thanksgiving week, and welcome who is joining us. We talk about the gratitude. What is gratitude and how it's going to amplify the results in our life? Because a lot of people do not have the awareness and don't put the connection what it is when we are expressing their gratitude for everything what we have, and how it can amplify everything what we already have and bring us to the success level in every area of our life. Vismaya, share a little bit about your starting point. Like, what was your experience with gratitude, and where did it all start?
So I always think that I have practiced gratitude, but I didn't know I was practicing gratitude, and I didn't realize it until probably like 2017, and somebody asked me the same question. I grew up with a bipolar mother, and there were times that things were a little challenging. My parents got divorced when I was 3. There was a lot of mess in that divorce, but I've always had really cool experiences and opportunities, and people would go, I'm so sorry you're going through all this, and I would always say to them, don't say that to me. Like, don't pity me. Don't pity me. Don't feel bad for me. And I remember always seeing the fact that I had all these opportunities in a very bright light. So I think that I had always been practicing gratitude. However, the word I would say is I'm very lucky. I'm so lucky. Look at all the things that happened. I'm so lucky. And when I realized in 2017, I was at this big convention and somebody asked me that, and I was like, you know what? It wasn't luck. It was the fact that I had been practicing gratitude. So I think that as innately as it is for me to complain, practicing gratitude is the same for me. I can go both ways. So I have to, it's really about and it's interesting because I would love to hear your take on attitude of gratitude versus a gratitude practice.
I love it. That's so true. And just like you, I could totally resonate with you because I have like that positive factor about me. And sometimes when I look at other people, and I always say, but why they always look at the negative side? Why don't they just look at the positive side of it, right? And that's exactly like something in us was on the subconscious level that we are the way we are. And not to say that everybody else can't get to that level, because our mind is actually prone to think and go into negative. And that's exactly what we want to amplify, saying that we can turn and flip the coin. If you are that person that always worries about something, you're afraid of trying new things because you are afraid of unknown, we are here to say that, hey, let's just explore, let's just flip the coin, because you kind of already learned how it is, what you are receiving when you are in that attitude of negativity. And let's just flip the coin and let's do the experiment. And now you're walking around, and rather than noticing negative things, start paying attention at everything positive. And how, when you are going to pick up everything positive, how it's going to change the way you feel, and it's actually going to show you more evidence of positive things that are in your life. And for me, with Maya, the same thing. Like, I've never known anything about the practice of gratitude. It was just for me mostly because of my nature. I'm always, like, ready to meet the life, ready to explore. I love to discover, I love the adventure. And that's the mindset that I carried for many, many years. And for me, it was easier to tap into that attitude of gratitude. And once I learned, about the gratitude practice, that just amplified exactly what I'm manifesting constantly on everyday's basis.
So as you were talking, I looked down and I have my shirt on that says, "A grateful heart
Mm-hmm.
is a miracle magnet." And it's exactly
Mm.
what you're talking about. When we focus on those magical moments, we receive more of them. And it's interesting
Mm-hmm.
because I always had such an aversion for this idea of, an attitude of gratitude. And for me, it was always like, I'm either born that way or I'm not. And the
Mm-hmm.
more I start to go deeper in my own practices, what I'm realizing is that if I go through everything with a grateful lens or a gratitude lens, even when things come up for me that are challenging or that I don't want to do, that are hard, if I challenge myself I allow myself, first of all, to feel whatever I'm feeling. That's the first part. But then challenge myself to say, okay, so what is the lesson that I'm going to learn? There has to be something, there has to be a positive out of it. Not necessarily like in
Mm-hmm.
a Pollyanna way, but I'll learn something. I'll get stronger. I'll be more
Mm-hmm.
resilient, even if it's painful. There's
Mm-hmm.
always something that I can pull from that. And I think that's a powerful way of looking at it. It's not like this Pollyanna way of life where everything is perfect and everything is wonderful and we're going to go through life always happy every minute, because life is life sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But if we flip the script and we look for those things and we challenge ourselves to stay positive and look for the silver lining and the lessons, that for me is what living in an attitude of gratitude is. So as I'm
I
saying
love
it,
it.
I'm kind of defining it for myself.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I just wanted to share the practice, like in the morning before you start the day, right? Just to set the day. Because remember, whatever way we start our day, whether we start by thinking, okay, what is our to do list for today? What kind of issues I have to tackle? Or you just start with that expressing the gratitude. Oh my God, I'm grateful for that experience that is going to be in this beautiful day. I'm grateful that I'm breathing and I'm just enjoying to be here on this planet and showing up myself as the person of increase. I'm here to help. I'm here to support. I'm here to serve, right? So it's a different energy that we are exuding. And obviously, if we stay with that gratitude and we are saying, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful that I have the roof, right? I'm grateful for my comfortable bed. There are so many things that we just take for granted and not really focusing on. Once we start to focus, right, and it's all about where do we put our focus, because where we put our focus on is going to expand. Whether you put on the focus on the problems, that's where you are going to encounter more problems in your life, or you want to put the focus on something great that you already have. So the more grateful you are for the things that you already have in your life, you are welcoming more of these grateful things to come from the universe. And that's exactly how the results are showing up in your life. What do you think about that, Vismaya?
Again, I'm gonna point to my shirt. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because when you get together with a group of people and notice the conversation, pay attention to it. Are you with a group of
Mhm.
people who are going, oh my God, I had the worst, and we'll go, oh, you think your day was bad? Listen to my day. And then the next
Mhm.
one will go, oh my God, your day was bad. You don't even know what I'm going through. And it becomes this
Mhm.
negative game of volleyball, like a
Mhm.
match. And it was interesting because yesterday I was going through something and I was like fighting with my computer, and I was like, you are not getting up until you understand how to do this.
Mhm.
And I had a timeout. I gave myself a timeout, and I called one of my friends up. She didn't answer this time. And I really just wanted to take a mental break, because I
Mhm.
know that if I said to her, all right, let's just play make believe, we would have been talking about the fact that we were on the yacht with our husbands and our beautiful sailing in the Caribbean, and the weather was perfect, and our skin was sun kissed, and our private chef was making up our beautiful dinner. We were talking about things as if it already happened, and it wasn't in the
Mhm.
space of, oh my God, I'm gonna throw my computer against the wall. And sometimes that goes back to what you were saying about the morning routine, and
Mhm.
speaking it into existence, but also sometimes just to shift that space of, I don't
Mhm.
want to play negative volleyball. I don't want to play negative ping pong where we're going back and forth to see whose day was the crappiest. So when we jump into that space, you have the ability to kind of shift it. So she didn't
Mhm.
answer the phone, so I was able to do it for myself. I got back on the computer, and I was able to. It took me all day, but I did it. I finally did it, and I was like, oh,
Mhm. You
and I
know
did.
what comes for me as you're sharing? You can actually express the gratitude to solve the problem. So, not only for the things that we already have, because that's exactly what I'm teaching in manifestation. When we manifest something and we want things to work the way we want to work, we can actually express the gratitude for the things that we are knowing on our way, right? And if you could just, say, I'm grateful that I figured out that problem on the computer, right? So this is something that I would love you to start practicing and see how it works, because again, it's all about the shift of our focus and our energy. And it's amazing when we have the tools that we can use, we can actually balance out our nervous system, we become more in the power, and we know that we can handle anything that comes our way.
And it gives you more clarity. It gives you clarity to spend the mental energy, the brain waves on, again,
Mhm.
finding the solutions. Because I knew, I was like, you will find it, you will get through it. Acknowledge the fact that you're having growing pains, and it's okay, and you don't have to
Mhm.
get everything super fast, and just paying attention to what was there versus, taking my computer and throwing it against the wall, which was, quite honestly, something I wanted to do for a brief second. But giving to be where you're at, and still moving forward and looking for solutions, because I think that that's one thing. When I talk about, practicing gratitude, people think that it makes us complacent, it makes us just satisfied with the way things are right now, and it's a yes and no. Yes, we are satisfied with the way things are right now. We are finding the silver lining, or looking for the silver lining, or again, finding those moments that are building our resilience and our strength and our tenacity. And it gives us the motivation and the power to keep moving forward. So just because I'm grateful in my moment, I may not be living my dream life per se. However, that doesn't mean that I have to wait until I'm here to find that
Mhm.
that joy and that beauty. Because if we're
Exactly.
always waiting till we get to the next level, we'll never get there. We'll never be
Mhm.
happy.
Yes, I love it. It's all about understanding that no other circumstances outside of us can dictate how we can feel inside. And that's what gratitude allows us to do, because when we are in that state of gratitude, there is nothing that comes negative, because we are just embracing that moment and we feel it with every cell of our body, how beautiful it is to have everything what we have. And it just puts us in that beautiful state of being where we are joyful, where we are happy, because there is nothing outside of us that's going to make us feel the way we can make ourselves feel. And that's the important, that's exactly how we want to raise our vibration. And another factor for raising our vibration is that gratitude is on the same frequency as abundance. So if people are searching for more financial freedom, for more financial blessing, that's exactly what you want to tune in. When we express the gratitude, we elevate our emotions and obviously our frequency to the same level as abundance, because the grateful heart is the heart that appreciates everything and welcomes more attraction. Like you have on your shirt, you become that magnet, attraction magnet for abundance, for finances, for success, for the opportunities. And that's exactly how things are shifting in the life.
I was actually looking for two quotes. Let me. There was a quote because I'm reading The Science of Getting Rich again.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see where it says. Here's one of my favorite quotes. To think what you want to think is truth, regardless of appearances. And then the
Mm-hmm.
line before it, I should have read this first. To do things in the way you want to do them, you have to acquire the ability to think the way you want to think.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first step towards getting rich. So breaking that down a little bit, like to think the way you want to think. So what does that mean in the space of the conversation that we're having? If you want to practice gratitude and you want to have an attitude of gratitude, you have to start thinking the way a person who's grateful would think. So even
Mm-hmm.
if you're in something that's a challenge right now, how would a person who is grateful go through this? How would a
Mm-hmm.
person who is grateful feel right now? What would they
Mm-hmm.
say? How would they carry themselves? You know, for women, it
Mm-hmm.
might mean brushing your hair and putting on a little lipstick and playing the part, putting on something that makes you feel good. That's a small
Mm-hmm.
place. And then how
Mm-hmm.
would we behave in that manner? And I think that
Mm-hmm.
when we put ourselves in those situations where, and as children, we did it all the time. We played make believe, right? We played
Right.
doctor or lawyer or mommy or whatever it was. We played these grandiose roles and we allowed ourselves to step into that. But as adults, we don't give
Mm-hmm.
ourselves permission. So
Mm-hmm.
the invitation is that next time we are anything and any place we're at, how would it be if I was living the most perfect situation, even in challenges? And that's the part where it gets tricky, because you're like, I'm going through all of this and how am I supposed to manage it? And I want to
Mm-hmm.
read you something because a friend of mine and I were having this conversation, and I'm not going to say who because I don't have permission yet to say who. But if she's listening, she'll know what I'm saying. She says, the true miracle is not in receiving the outcome you wanted, but experiencing the joy of the outcome that you got. That's like a
Mm.
mic drop
So
moment,
deep. So deep.
right? I said to her, can
Mm-hmm.
you say that again? Because we were talking about something very serious, very heavy. And if
Mm-hmm.
we're able to find, and this is still a practice for me, quite honestly, if we're able to find that joy in the outcome that we received when it's not necessarily what we wanted, imagine how that will shift everything else in your way. And for me, that's what an
Mm.
attitude of gratitude is the ability to just relinquish the need to control everything
Mm-hmm.
and to have the faith that it's going to be exactly the way it's supposed to be.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? We are actually having the teaching moments here, right? Not just, having the conversation, but teaching moment. Because if we think about the word of mindset, and a lot of people do not even, like ponder upon the depth of that, the state of mind that we carry. Mind is just like mindset is just the set of our mind. And if we can always shift our mind to think the way that we want, we are the only creatures who can command our mind to focus on something what we desire. And that's exactly what we are learning, right? And as you mentioned, Vismaya, you said, I'm not still there. The idea is that nobody is, because what happens throughout our life, that's why I called that, right, we are growing from one level of awareness to another, to the next one, right? As long as we are breathing, there is something for us to learn, there is something for us to grow from and to become a different version of ourselves. And that's why I called this podcast, You Are the Masterpiece, because we are the masterpieces, no matter how much work in progress we have to do, right? Again, it's never about when I get there, then I'll feel the way I feel. It's about we are work in progress and we are masterpiece at the same time. So it's so important to embrace and like really feel it with every cell of our body to understand that we have it already, everything what we want. It's already inside of us. Now it's just putting the work, doing the right way, and actually manifesting exactly what we want in our life. And I know it's like such a beautiful conversation we are having together. And Vismaya, I know that, for the holiday season, for since it's a Black Friday, you have something special. Tell a little bit about what you offer for the people.
So there's a link that you will get an automatic 10% off of all of your shirts. And because we believe in the power of positive messages and that two is better than one, anytime you
Mhm.
buy more than one shirt, you automatically receive $5 off each shirt. Buy 4 shirts, spend $99, you get free shipping plus the $5 off each shirt.
That's
So
so beautiful.
savings all
And
around.
yes, and this is a great opportunity because tell a little bit about the miracle to put something with that, like a signature, because I just ordered mine and I'm like waiting for me and my kids. I'm like super excited about it.
So there's a couple things that happen. One, every time you wear a positive message, every time you pass a mirror or see your reflection or take a picture, right? You're reminded to step into that space of whatever you're wearing. Every time you look down, it has stopped me from snapping sometimes. It has stopped me from going down a rabbit hole. I look down and I'm like, oh, grateful or miracle,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it shifts your mindset. Plus, it shifts the mindset of people around you. We don't know the ripple effect that the shirt will have for other people. And what is it that we want? If we want all these beautiful things in our world and to have peace on earth, and
Mm-hmm. Right.
start by wearing something that says something happy or joyful. I see people
Mm-hmm.
wearing shirts and I'm like, I can't believe you're putting that on your body. I can't believe you're emitting that phrase or whatever it is outside in the world. So if we want to shift the world, we really can do it one t-shirt at a time, one positive
Mm-hmm.
phrase at a time. And
Yes.
the magic for me has been in hearing the stories of people who chose to wear the shirt, when they
Mm-hmm.
chose to wear one of my shirts, why they chose to wear one of my shirts. We've been all around the world. We're going on, actually, the new line is going on vacation tomorrow. They're going to Paris.
Mm.
So
Nice.
it's interesting to see like where people take them, why they take them, and it gives them comfort. It gives them something to. It's like their daily mantra.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Awesome. Thank you so much, Vismaya, for coming today and sharing, and for everybody to check out. It's a great time, to express the gratitude, to be grateful for, to express the Thanksgiving. And it's a great present for Christmas time, for the holiday season. So think of yourself and everybody that you love, and just get into that attitude of gratitude, knowing that if you carry these beautiful, positive messages, you're also inspiring everybody around you. And thanks so much for coming today, sharing all your light and all your wisdom with us. And again, it was Irina Portnova and Vismaya Rubin. Check out the websites and also check my link and see how we can connect. All the best and happy Thanksgiving. Bye.